don't mind telling you. What's that saying? Hamlet without the prince. We call a family conference for Gail and Bryan to get them together again, and Bryan don't even bother to turn up.
Well, I wish I could get my hands on him. Honestly, Alf, he should have been with Gail last night like I was. If she woke me up once, she woke me up a dozen times, crying her heart out.
Sorry about all the 50s, love, but I'm a bit short of pound coins till customers come piling in.
It's all right.
How are you keeping, anyway?
How should I be keeping?
Well, I'm not qualified to say, love, never having gone through it myself, but I have heard babies start being naughty to their mums long before they put in an appearance.
No problems as yet, then?
No problems, Mavis, no. I'm fine. Wonderful.
Postnatal depressions come early, aren't it?
You know, you really are very lucky, aren't you? You seem able to float your way through life, avoiding all the upsets that fate throws at the rest of us. How do you do it?
I wouldn't say I've avoided them all, Mavis.
Well, no, but you do seem able to laugh your way out of situations that would thoroughly depress the rest of us.
Maybe I'm lucky.
I'm sure you are.
Now what's he been up to?
Who?
Prince Andrew. Who else have you been dating lately? Oh, come on, Mavis. I'm not having you staring soulfully at exchange and mark for rest at day. What's he done this time? Has he been borrowing money?
No, of course he's not been borrowing money. Well, I'm just beginning to think that you're right about my being used and abused, and from the way he was behaving last night, I don't think I shall see him again.
I believe that when I don't see it. How was he behaving?
Well, he was an hour late. He stayed with me 20 minutes, couldn't wait to get back to his wife, and suddenly he's developed high blood pressure.
Look, what were you supposed to be doing? Cheering him up, right?
Well, that's how it started. Yes, he had a problem, and I helped him with it. Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong in that. You've succeeded. You've cheered him up, and now he's upped it.
Oh, let's just stop talking about him, shall we?
Well, if you say so.
I'm beginning to find him a very boring subject.
I'll be ready in a minute, Vera.
Right, well. Look, Bryan, don't think I'm just being nosy, but I mean, I am your mum's best mate. So it's only natural I take interest in her family. I mean, I wouldn't expect her to say no if there was something happening to our Terry, which there was not long since. She knew all about it. Isn't that right?
Yeah, but this is not the same thing, Vera.
Yeah, but it's something similar, isn't it? Her next door to us, we're in family way, and, well, her and her family just stopped it. Well, now Gail's in family way, and he's just stopped it.
Look, all right, if you must know, but you promise me you won't let it go any further.
No.
It might not seem a lot to you, Vera, but it means a lot to our Bryan and Gail, because, you know, these things have got a habit of getting blown up. What it is our Bryan is still dead keen on going to Australia, and Gail isn't.
Oh.
Like I say, it might not seem a lot to you, love, but it...
Oh, no, I can see a big bust-up over a thing like that. Oh, it's a big thing to shift your family to the other side of the world. Do you all good, though? I mean, look at that cousin of yours that went over recently. He did all right for himself, didn't he? You want to get round to that cafe, love, and tell her straight. There's only one boss in a family, and that's the husband. That's something I've always said, isn't it?
Yes, you've said it, Vera.
Well, fair's fair, kid. I meant it and all. I mean, I might give our Jack an hard time now and again, but, well, when there's aught important to be decided on in our family, it's Jack that does it. And I'll tell you straight, if he said to me, pack your bags, you're going to Australia in the morning, I'd be off like a shot.
Yes, well, shall we get a day's work in first, Vera? And a few pennies, you know.
Yeah. You get round there, love. Show her out's boss.
Just go and look after your own workers and leave this one alone.
Oh, but if you were one of the workers, I don't understand you chucking in your job like that. I mean, you're always on about wanting to do something useful and refusing to be tied to the kitchen sink, and what happens? A decent job comes along and you give it the elbow.
Yeah, but I didn't have a decent job, did I? I had a little safe job, yes, but...
What do you mean, safe?
I mean, safe as far as you're concerned. There was no sexy boss chasing me around the office desk. No good-looking young salesman wafting their aftershave at me. Oh, it were fine for you, having me chained to a filing cabinet working for me dad. But it wasn't fine for me. At best, it was a dead-end job. It wasn't particularly pleasant being stuck in all day with a father who refuses to admit that you have a life outside the office.
But you were in touch with your family. I thought you wanted that more than anything. Let's face it, darling, we're not going to get any gilt-edged invitations to the family home, are we?
Is that really what you thought?
Of course it is. I don't want you chained to a desk. I don't want you chained to anything. And I don't envy any randy boss who tried anything on with you, Mrs. Baldwin. So give me a bit of credit for thinking of you, will you? I mean, I realise how upset you were the way things turned out, and I just didn't want you to cut the last link.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. But I have cut the last link. I'm not going back to the recorder office. If he'd have just mentioned you, just once, if he'd have acknowledged your existence, then I wouldn't have minded. But to sit there every day and say nothing, know how are you getting on, love, or how are you settling in, nothing. No, I'm not going back to that, love. Not.
All right, darling. OK. Now then. Can I get to work?
I can't believe that.
Hey, well, I can. He's a funny young devil, is young Bryan.
Funny or not, a fella doesn't leave his wife and kid and run home to his mother because she won't go to Australia. There's more to it than that.
Well, that's what she told me.
Well, she's having you on then.
All right, he's having her on. I mean, he was sat there listening to her.
All right, he's having you both on then.
You know, you're dead cynical, yo. They're not the same, these young ones. They don't believe anything.
I don't believe a load of rubbish, and that's what that is.
Bah, yeah, you're cutting it fine, aren't you?
Hey, Ivy. We think he's kidding you.
Hey, I don't.
You would if you weren't so bad.
What are you on about?
Well, that yarn of your Brian's about why him and Gail broke up. We think he's having you.
You what?
Well, it must be something more important than that, like Shirley said.
Never mind what Shirley says. You're not here to say, you're here to work. Now, let's have some out at lot of you.
Told you.
Come on, get them machines working. You had Baldwin here in a minute.
Too late, Ivy. He's already here. Or Mr. Baldwin is. Right, come on, you lot. Chop, chop. Let's hear those pennies rattling, shall we? What are you laughing at?
Well, I've just been listening to a fairy story.
Have you?
You know what they say, mate, don't you?
Pardon?
Don't you know what they say? Everybody says it. Cheer up, it might never happen. Must have heard people say that.
Must I?
Flogging a dead horse, love.
Come on, Maeve, say cheese for us.
See you, love.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Well, thank you very much.
What for?
I suppose I'm the dead horse you're referring to.
Oh, come on, Mavis. It's just a figure of speech, like cheer up, it may never happen.
Or keep your silly remarks to yourself.
I'll go and get the cakes. Emily, are you stopping to have a coffee with us?
Better not. I'm working this morning. I only came in for these.
Well, for heaven's sake, tell her a joke.
Is it Derek?
You have been seeing him again, though, haven't you?
Yes, I've been seeing him again. Saw him last night for the last time.
Why for the last time?
Because, well, we more or less decided not to see each other again. It's too much trouble.
Oh, come on, Mavis. You can't just say that. It was Derek who decided to come back into your life, and I know how delighted you were. What happened to change it all?
Nothing. It was just mutual.
Mavis, I am a good friend of yours, aren't I?
Well, of course you are.
And in spite of everything that's happened, I know how happy you and Derek are in each other's company. Now, I'm right, aren't I?
Well,
You spent a lot of time together.
yes, I suppose we did. And they do say it's a sign of true friendship if you can just sit with somebody not saying anything. Well, we did a lot of that.
Exactly, Mavis. I'm sure you did, but you weren't very good at communicating, at telling each other what you wanted out of the relationship. And it's got to be done, Mavis. You've got to be more definite, more purposeful. I mean, heaven knows I'm not the most decisive person in the world, but a Margaret Thatcher next to you and Derek. Tell him what you want. But forget the buts, Mavis. There are none. It used to be wonderful just talking to Ernest about things we'd read in the paper, things we'd seen on television, people we'd met. I mean, nothing earth-shattering, just companionship. It's worth fighting for, Mavis.
Well, did you make her laugh?
I hope I made her think. Can she borrow your car at lunchtime?
Yeah, of course you can.
Strike while the iron's hot. Find him, tell him what you want, and get it. Right? Right?
Right.
Right.
Right. I take it she hasn't heard about Mrs. Derrick yet?
No, she hasn't. And I'm very glad because I seem to get the best advice from people who don't know all my business.
Which lets me out.
Absolutely.
I don't care how cheeky you are. You can still borrow my car.
Oh, thank you.
Think nothing of it. And whatever you're up to, good luck.
Well, if you think you can get them cheaper somewhere else, love, go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. Honestly. People.
Yeah, well, these family conferences don't work, do they, Alf?
Not when the chief participant doesn't turn up. No, they don't.
Would you talk to him on your own, Alf? You know, I won't tell him you're coming. Just come. I won't ask you, but, well, you're only man at family, aren't you?
Give over, Ivy. I'm only in there about skin of my teeth.
Well, you're his mother-in-law's husband, and you know what these young fellas are like, Alf. They'll only talk to another man. Being a counsellor, you must have done this sort of thing before. Taught young couples how to splitting up. Particularly them with kids.
Ah, well, I have. I mean, look, it's a lot simpler when you don't know them, though. Oh, go on, then. I'll pop round sometime.
Oh, no, it'll have to be quick, Alf. I mean, he's talking about seeing a solicitor. Could you come round tonight after you close? Say, after 6? He'll be in then.
Go on, then.
You're a love.
I must need my bumps feeling.
What on earth are you doing?
What are you doing here?
I've got to talk to you, Derek. Get in the car. What are you doing?
Shoelaces undone.
You're not wearing any shoelaces.
Oh, no. We can't talk here.
Then we'll go somewhere else.
Mavis gone? Yes, love, she's borrowed the car, yes.
Is she going to do what I told her?
I wouldn't know, love, not knowing what it was you said.
Oh, much the same as you must have said, time and time again, to assert herself. I mean, it's pretty obvious Derek's the only man she'll ever have a lasting relationship with, and they've just got to sort each other out. She's got to insist on playing a positive role in his life, and if she doesn't lay down the law, he never will. I think she should forget the past, take the bull by the horns, and propose to him, in spite of everything.
That could be interesting.
Whatever possessed you to come to the office?
I want to talk to you, Derek.
But someone might have seen us.
Oh, would it have mattered?
Mavis, I'm a married man. And everyone I work with knows who I'm married to.
Well, that didn't stop you coming to see me, did it? It didn't matter to you what my friends thought.
That's different.
No, it isn't. You walked back into my life and you threw it into turmoil. You asked my advice about your marriage and then you calmly say, oh, thank you very much, that's all I wanted, goodbye. Well, it's not good enough, Derek. You're using me.
I didn't realise I was throwing your life into turmoil.
No, well, you did. And I think I deserve better treatment than I'm being given. I mean, last night I waited for you for an hour, and then you spared me 20 minutes of your valuable time.
I'm sorry, but I did explain.
Derek, I'm not asking for an affair.
Oh, no. I know that.
But I was saying to Rita today how happy we used to be, just sitting together, not say anything, just happy in one another's company.
Yes. I remember that.
Well, that's all I'm asking. That and to share your confidences. don't want to interfere in your marriage, Derek. I just want to be friends. And if we can help each other just by talking about things, well, then marvellous.
At your place, you mean?
Derek, I'm not completely stupid. I didn't think we could come to your house.
No. Yes. Fine. Yes. I'd like that.
So it's not goodbye, then? Just au revoir?
Right.
Don't worry. I'll get you back.
Oh, no. No, I'm fine.
Derek,
Yes?
when I asked you why you didn't turn up at church that day, did you tell me the truth? Was it that you felt you could just offer me a humdrum marriage, was what you called it?
Yes, I did feel that way. And I think I was frightened of taking the responsibility. It's a big step.
But you've taken it since.
That wasn't the same. That was more a business arrangement, a sort of marriage of convenience. It wouldn't have been like that with you. No, I was frightened that I wouldn't live up to your expectations, that I'd let you down somehow. I didn't feel that way with Angela. I don't think she expects much of me. But you would have done. And rightly.
Oh.
It was the same with you, wasn't it? You were frightened.
Yes, I was. I was frightened I wouldn't be able to make you as happy as I wanted to.
I'm sorry things didn't work out.
So am I. Ready?
When you are.
I told you 3 days ago. I said I was going to Birmingham tomorrow and I need those samples to take with me now, didn't I?
And you'll get them. Will you tell him to stop worrying?
Now, don't you try and kid me, Ivy. You forgot them, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I've said you'll get them.
And I've got all your notes ready.
I should hope so too. It's bad enough her not knowing what day it is without you going round the twist with her.
Now, just...
And what's wrong with her?
She's got family problems.
Yeah, haven't we all?
What's up?
He wants these samples fast for Birmingham.
Do you want ham?
Do you mean it?
Yeah, of course I do. Come here, what's mate's got?
Oh, start of that, Vera. You know what he wants. Hey, sorry I were a bit naughty this morning. Don't be down.
She'll never get the truth out of either. Why not? Because I'm pretty sure what it is, and it isn't something you shout about.
Well, what is it then?
You know that Australian man? Well, I bet that baby's is.
You want to go and wash your mouth out, lady.
I'm not daft, Ida. I saw them together. I saw the way they looked at each other. And Bryan didn't mess about, did he? He left home. Bang.
Oh, put your money away. It's a present.
Well, thank you. Say thank you very much to the nice
Thank
ladies.
you very much.
Oh, come on. We're not the ladies. We're Auntie Rita and Auntie Mavis.
Well, come on. I think your aunties want to shut up shop. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, love. Bye-bye. Now, there's somebody that does have troubles. You think yourself lucky.
Oh, I do. I've told you. For once in my life, I was assertive and it paid off.
Great. When are we going to read it, then? Tycoon and Paper Girl. Flee, Weatherfield, Loveness.
Don't be silly.
Shall I red cabbage?
On its own, not a lot.
No, not on its own, with hot pot.
Ah, now you're talking. Definitely with hot pot.
Right then, you're invited. Our place. I'm dishing out at 7, prompt, so don't be late.
I wouldn't dare.
Does Mavis want to come?
I don't think so. She's heavily into Mills and Boone at the moment, and let's face it, hot pot's not very romantic, is it? Come to think of it, neither's red cabbage.
Hey, is that right, Mavis? Are the love bugs biting?
Don't believe a word she says.
Right, I won't then. So you're not coming?
Thanks a lot, no.
All right then. See you at 7. You never said a word about Birmingham.
I told you last night. And this morning.
You never mentioned Birmingham.
We were watching the play on telly, right? And you said...
Oh, never mind. You go to Birmingham and give me a day in peace.
Well, why don't you come as well?
Me? Nah. You'll be in meetings all day. I don't fancy walking round Birmingham on my own. No, you go to Birmingham and I'll see if I can find a job.
Well, what do you want another job for?
I'm not going through that again.
Come on. Come to Birmingham.
I'll see.
Come on in, Alf.
Oh.
Sit yourself down. Hey, thanks. Bryan, you've got a visitor. Would you like a cup of tea?
Oh, no, thanks. I don't intend stopping that long.
Alf wants a word with you, Bryan.
Good time to waste, have you?
More than you had last night, apparently. Look, sit down, lad. Don't think I'm enjoying this. That's the way it should be. Nobody should be enjoying this. Now let's talk some sense before this matter goes too far.
It's gone too far for my money.
I don't know what your dad would have said. I only wish I did. I do know one thing, though. He'd have said, think 10 times before you make any rash decisions. Just think what you're chucking away. Now, according to her mum, this is the first slip-up that Gail's made in all the years you've been married. You've got a grand little lad, another on the way.
What? Somebody else has maybe, but not me.
Well, as I understand it, it is your baby, definitely, Bryan.
Then why would Gail tell me it could be Ian's?
Don't ask me. I mean, maybe she wanted to hurt you.
Why?
Don't ask me, lad. Do they need a reason? Look, she works hard. She's got a family to look after. She's got no real prospects to look forward to.
Oh, and that's enough, is it? She works hard, so it's okay for her to play around with other fellas.
One fella, Bryan. Just one. All right, I mean, there's no getting away from the fact that Gail made a mistake. She did wrong. But it's up to you to do the forgiving.
Oh, no. No, there's no forgiving. Alf, save your breath, mate, eh? Because as far as I'm concerned, it's over. Finished.
Oh, Bryan. Like I say, I'm not your dad. I just wish he was here, though, because you need him now more than you've ever needed him. So just think. Think back. Try to imagine it's him that's talking to you. And listen. Say goodnight to your mum for me.